Good afternoon, good morning. First, I hope that you, your families, and relatives and colleagues are all well and safe despite the COVID situation around the world. It is my privilege to talk about the venture capital momentum in Southeast Asia. My name is Heang Chhor. I'm the managing partner and founder of Qualgro. Obviously, I would like to first acknowledge that Southeast Asia tech ecosystem is much younger and of much more modest size than China and India. Yet, I do believe, like many VCs in our region, that we are going to have a very fast and promising growth. I would like to share in the coming 20 minutes my belief and conviction that Southeast Asia will be able to produce excellent tech companies at scale, and this ultimately will deliver return for investors. My beliefs are shaped around four aspects in particular, not only. First, there is great talent pool in Southeast Asia, in particular when it comes to engineering talent. Those talent will produce great companies that will grow at scale. Second, Southeast Asian VCs have gained a lot of experience and traction in the past decade. They have track record for supporting successful entrepreneurs. Third, exits, yes, exits, start to materialize much more visibly, and we expect that the momentum can only accelerate. Last, we believe there are great opportunities to deploy capital productively in our region in the coming decades. Let me start by giving a few reminders of the economic potential of Southeast Asia. Our region, taken as a whole, currently ranks as number 6 in the world's GDP ranking. One could argue that it is a region. It cannot be compared to countries. Yes, it's true. On the ground, we do believe that this region looked as a whole has some relevance, nevertheless. We currently have more than 350 million people that have reached the mass affluent level, able to spend money for digital services. More importantly, we are very excited by the young population that we have in our region. 2/3 of our regional population is below 40 years old and 1/4 below 25. That is a massive reservoir for future consumption of digital products and services. In this region, we have 400 million people spending their time on internet. That's the size of the Western Europe population. They spend between 3 to 4 hours on social media, maybe too much, but very clearly they are tech savvy and eager to consume digital services. They do not only interact, communicate, but also transact on social media. If you look at the penetration of Facebook, which is represented on this chart, the countries are ranked according to their level of penetration of Facebook. The white bars represent Southeast Asian countries. As you can see, we spend a lot of time on Facebook. Again, as I mentioned, not only to communicate, but to transact. There are billions of dollars of spending on internet services, all sorts of platforms in our region. According to Google, Temasek, and Bain reports, in 2025, the total amount of what is called the internet economy in our region will reach 300 billion US dollars, which is basically more than 10 times of what it was in 2015. For people living on the ground, like myself and many other friends, we believe that this is underestimated. The reality is that the internet economy in Southeast Asia is much bigger and growing much faster than what is on this chart. Besides the size and the growth of the economic potential of Southeast Asia. There's talent. We have great talent in our region. Our universities rank among the top in the world. According to some estimates, there are between 200 to 300,000 engineers graduating from Southeast Asian universities every year. We do not even count the very experienced engineers or executives coming from well-established companies joining the startup world. For example, as you may know, DBS, our Singapore bank, earned the award for being the best digital bank in the world. There are engineers leaving potentially such established companies to join the startup world. One interesting phenomenon is the ex-talent, ex-employees of large tech companies also fueling new startups and entrepreneur pipeline to build and grow new companies. Some of those entrepreneurs that were courageous and dynamic enough 8, 10, 12 years ago to launch their companies instead of going through other professional paths, they have shown they have been able to build successful companies at scale. On this chart, we try to map out the timeline and the trajectories of some of the successful Southeast Asian tech companies that have reached the unicorn or even decacorn status. Some information is not publicly available, so we tried our best to map that out from the publicly available information. Companies like PatSnap, Gojek, Tokopedia, Appiah, Lazada, of course, CX have fast pace to become unicorns. Their time to become a unicorn is not much longer than the ones of US, Chinese, European unicorns or decacorns. If you look at the right part of the chart, you can see the number of unicorns that our region have been able to produce in the past 5 years. This is just the tip of the iceberg. The key question we are asking ourselves as VCs is there a pipeline of future successful tech startups coming in for the coming decade? The answer, at least the conviction, is yes. We start to see a number of great companies around $500 million of valuation that are now coming into the pipeline. Companies like Caro, a very good automotive marketplace. Ninja Van, a great regional last mile delivery. Funding Society is one of the best regional peer-to-peer lending to SMEs. Shopback, an exceptional platform for loyalty. Those are just some examples of this chart of future successful tech companies at scale, crossing the $1 billion valuation, hopefully very soon. It's not only about valuation, it's about those entrepreneurs producing services that adds value to their customers, building tech capabilities that are at par with the world's capabilities, creating organizations that are able to operate across geographies and deliver results. That's why we are so excited about the pipeline of talent and companies in our region. One thing that distinguishes entrepreneurs in our region very modestly with other entrepreneurs in the US or China and Europe. And I'm talking out of my personal experience, spending decades across continents in the West and in Asia. Our entrepreneurs in Southeast Asia are able to grow companies internationally. As we all know, as experienced investors, growing a regional and global company and organization is not easy. Our Southeast Asian entrepreneurs are able to do that much better, I think, and maybe I am biased, than their counterparts in other parts of the world. Companies like Gojek, Traveloka, Grab, Shopback again, PatSnap, and CX have built great businesses in difficult markets that are well beyond their culture, their normal reach, and yet they have been successful in doing so. Let me just give two examples to illustrate the ability of some of our entrepreneurs to build international companies. PatSnap is a SaaS company in the innovation analytics sector. Out of their modest base in Singapore, a bit of 10 years ago, they have now expanded into China, US, and Europe, where more than 80% of their revenue is coming from, with 800 people across those geographies and 10,000 customers that they are serving. Some of them very big names from the US, Europe, and China. This company is going to role model the path towards becoming a great global category leader for many other SaaS companies coming into the pipeline of our region. Shopback is another exceptional company. It's a consumer loyalty platform that provides additional discount to people shopping online. I still remember 6 years ago, the company starting with less than 10 people from a small office in Singapore. It now serves 10 million customers in most countries in Southeast Asia, and they have been able to expand into Taiwan, Korea, Australia. Those two examples, I hope, would give a good illustration of the ability of our entrepreneurs from Southeast Asia to go regional and global. And these are, by the way, the profiles that we Qualgro like to find in our region. And we're very, very optimistic that there will be many more PatSnap, Shopback coming into our pipeline in the region. Very clearly, those companies have been able to attract attention of large investors. They are now able to raise quite significant amount in Southeast Asia scale, $300, $200 million, like what PatSnap has done with SoftBank and Tencent, SoftBank Vision, Ninja Van with several investors, Caro with other investors. Those startups have been able to gain scale thanks to the support of Southeast Asian VCs, but also global VCs investing in our region. We have tried to outline on this chart the trajectory of some of our VC friends in Southeast Asia, among the seed investors to the Series A and B and beyond. Information is not always easy to find, but we have tried our best out of publicly available information to represent the trajectory of those VC funds. More importantly, we have observed that they have been gaining a lot of traction in terms of fund size, as you can see on the right side of your screen. More importantly, we believe that all the VCs in Southeast Asia have gained tremendous experience in supporting entrepreneurs to build companies at scale, from seed stage to A, B, and beyond. This experience will help the next cohorts of entrepreneurs and startups to succeed, like the unicorns and decacorns that I showed on the previous charts. Other international VCs have for some time already joined forces with us. Sequoia has been around for a long time in Southeast Asia. Lightspeed came more recently. GGV Capital from China has also started to invest in the past few years in Southeast Asia. All those great VCs have not only provided capital, but incredible experience and network to help our startups to grow at scale. The big question is, how about exit? I have heard a lot about this question as a VC founder and also interacting with LPs. It has taken 12 to 15 years to build the Southeast Asian tech ecosystem. It takes that time to create large exits, and we start to see now, very encouragingly, great exit coming up. We all know about the SPAC listing of Grab at 40 billion, the project rumors between Gojek and Tokopedia to form a listed big company. They all try to follow the paths of CX Garena that listed on Nasdaq about a few years ago and now has a market cap of 100 billion, a market cap of 100 billion. Beyond those large exits, we are very confident that there's a pipeline of more modest size exit, $1-2 billion or few $100 million. We have seen a number of them already in e-commerce, in B2B, in payment spaces in the past few years. There will be more coming up. Last, I would like just to present the landscape of VCs in Southeast Asia. I'm so excited and feel very privileged to be part of the VC community and collaborate with our VC friends. And this chart shows roughly the number of VCs from seed stage to Series B and beyond on the vertical axis and their areas of focus. Some of them are more B2C focused. Some are primarily B2C focused and having a bit of B2B. That's the mainstream, the middle column. And some of those are more predominantly looking for investment into B2B. And that's where Qualgro stands. We look for Series A and B companies, in particular in B2B, data, AI, and SaaS related. We have been very lucky to work with great VCs such as Alpha GWC from Indonesia, Insignia, another great VC, Waymaker, a fantastic partner to us, seeding in startups in B2B, working with us when they come at Series A and B. And at the other end of the spectrum, great growth VCs such as Asia Capital that has an excellent team raising a huge amount, helping us to take our companies to the next growth stage. Qualgro has been very much privileged, as I said, to also have a number of exits. We have had 5 exits, 1 IPO, 2 listed companies from the US acquiring 2 of our portfolio companies. It has been a great pleasure to talk about the talent pool, the exit opportunities, and the VC landscape in Southeast Asia. And I do hope that you will join forces with us to grow our tech ecosystem further and build great companies. Thank you very much for your time.